For a full list of what changes we can expect in Phase 2, head to the Wink News app. Starting Monday, you can start seeing your loved ones once again in Lee Health hospitals. They're easing restrictions, but you'll still need to follow guidelines like practicing social distancing, completing a health screening, and having your temperature checked. You also want to make sure you sanitize your hands thoroughly before your visit. You're also required to wear your own face covering at all times. Criminal charges have been downgraded for a protester arrested on Marco Island. Talia Denham is accused of grabbing a man's phone and smashing it. Her charges are now downgraded from robbery to mischief. Today is your last chance to apply for COVID-19 relief in Lee County. The first application window for the Lee CARES Act program closes at 5 p.m. Now, the program offers assistance with rent, mortgage, and utilities. To find a link to the application, head to the Wink News app. Sunsplash Water Park in Cape Coral reopens this weekend. It will open at 10 a.m. Saturday at 50% capacity. There are social distancing and sanitation measures in place. A proposed constitutional amendment to ban assault weapons in Florida will not be on your ballot in 2022. The Supreme Court ruled the proposal's language was misleading and does not meet requirements to be placed on the ballot. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
Good Friday morning. A couple crashes in North Fort Myers. As of right now, a hit and run at Piney Road and Evergreen Road, slowing traffic on Evergreen. And a crash reported at Laurel Drive and North Tamiami Trail with northbound slowdowns on North Tamiami. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News Now.
Wink Weather Authority.
A flood watch is in effect through the weekend across Southwest Florida thanks to additional rainfall on the way. Scattered showers and storms, solid rain chances for your Friday. Keep that umbrella handy. And then some off and on scattered rain for the weekend. Pretty breezy as Cristobal works its way north in the Gulf of Mexico, eventually targeting the state of Louisiana by Sunday and Monday. We will see higher than normal Gulf wave heights as well as a higher rip current risk. As we highlight the week ahead, upper 80s and lower 90s with more chances for rain. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Blah, 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 blah.
Gear up for the liberal loudmouths at work. Drew Steele, mornings on 92.5 Fox News.
Marketplace is sponsored by Kronos, helping businesses attract, retain, and engage employees through cloud-based human capital management. Kronos.com. Kronos, workforce innovation that works.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Want to talk about Stadium Dry Cleaners. My good friends, they are great people there. I've been going to Stadium Dry Cleaners, I'm telling you, for as long as I can remember. And you may know Larry Rose. Now, Larry is an experienced SEC and NFL referee. Well, I know Larry has a fantastic dry cleaner and a great businessman. Look, you're going to love Stadium Dry Cleaners. They have discounts for our first responders and seniors. They have multiple locations near Publix at Daniels Crossing in Fort Myers, the Gateway Trade Center in Fort Myers, and the Elegant Image Dry Cleaners next to Walgreens on Del Prado in Cape Coral. They are Lee County's leading dry cleaner since 1988. With 30 years of experience in Lee County, I'm telling you, I trust my family's dry cleaning to Larry and the team at Stadium Dry Cleaners. So will you visit them? Visit stadiumdrycleaners.com and look for their monthly specials for great savings.
Between pollen, pollution, and all the other nasty stuff in the air these days, isn't it time to make good nasal hygiene your new normal? Think about it. You wouldn't go a day without washing your hands or brushing your teeth, but what about your nose, the body's air filter? Cleaning your nose with nasal irrigation is clinically proven to relieve congestion caused by allergies and colds and flu without drugs. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage, the world's only nasal irrigator with powered suction. Navage is the easy-to-use alternative to neti pots, pills, and prescriptions. Navage cleans your nose naturally by flushing out allergens, mucus, bacteria, and worse. Here's my promise to you. Try Navage. If it doesn't relieve congestion and help you breathe better and feel healthier, just return it for a full, no-questions-asked refund. Over 1 million sold. Online at Navage.com or in stores at Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Make good nasal hygiene your new normal with Navage. N-A-V-A-G-E.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad you're here. So glad you are watching us, streaming live on YouTube. Just go to Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. And please subscribe to the channel while you're there. Just click the little subscribe button. Please do that for us. We appreciate you subscribing. So does Jake. Jake the Millennial had to turn his light on in his cave. You can see his face. Oh, he's a little... You're back to the short guy again on the camera. You look like a little guy with your head just barely above the camera angle here. So I got to fix the camera again. Seems like it's a never-ending story with me.
Yeah, I don't like that thing.
It's only your camera, which is really strange. You get to see all of this happening before your very eyes. It's only your camera. Every day, it's different. It moves all by itself, and I don't know why. Is it meant to do that? It's your camera. Is it supposed to do that?
No.
Okay. Well, then maybe it's the user. It's a user error. Boy, there was a lot of user error yesterday, I guess. Errors. A lot of interesting comments made yesterday as Rod Rosenstein was there, and he was on Capitol Hill trying to explain to everybody a little bit about the whole Russian collusion hoax and signing off on documents that he should have read and noticed the fact that maybe the information in there was questionable, and then bothered to not ask those questions and not actually read the document that was in front of him. Yeah, we'll get to that in just a little bit. Also, what are some of the other headlines this morning? A call to abolish the police. How many times have we heard about this? Defunding the police, abolishing the police. We're probably going to hear about it for the next days and weeks ahead. I don't know if you realize this, everybody, but it's been tried once before in American history. We have an example of what happens to a major metropolitan city when they tried to abolish the police department about 100 years ago, 1919 to be exact. You want to take a guess what happened then? I'll tell you the story. So we have the history. So it's always good to tuck that away when you're having conversations with people about, defunding police, abolishing police. And there have been some ridiculous notions about how to do this and how we can accomplish investigations into murders and the like. And Jake, are you ready for this? I'm not kidding. Jake, who could barely see over the window. The camera's just getting even worse. Either your chair is falling or the camera is getting higher. I don't know what's going on, but it keeps moving. Okay. You ready for this? Somebody on the interwebs suggested that the way that we can abolish the police, defund them, get rid of them, we don't need them, is because we could get, you ready? Podcasters to investigate murders. I'm not kidding. Dude, I'm serious. I'm very serious. I'll talk about that coming up. Yes, somebody has suggested that. Now, how is that why would a podcaster be able to solve a murder? I'll explain. All right. So before we get to all of this, I just walked in this morning and noticed these stories on Wink News, and I cannot start this Friday, this Jake Day, where we should have some kind of celebratory music. Yeah, on this Jake Day. Without talking about these two stories on Wink News. Okay, the first one is survey. Southwest Florida students and teachers say they prefer in-class learning. With this one for the history books, the school year is all but over, but we learned from you, teachers, parents, and students, 70% of you prefer kids going to class compared to distance learning. This just scratches the surface of what we learned from our survey. Okay, when you take a pandemic where everybody has to be locked up for 30 days, 45 days, 15 days, doesn't know what tomorrow holds, you're not allowed to leave your home. Then, on top of that, you are told that you can't even have your kids go to school, and then you, who have never done this before, are told that you have to teach your kids at home. Even if it is with teachers over the interwebs, Al Gore's galactic internet. You put all of that together. And again, having never taught a child at home by yourself, like you've never done this before, how do you think it's going to go? How do you think people are going to react? What do you think somebody is going to say? Hey, I love this. I love having no clue what's going on here and in the middle of a pandemic and everybody's already panicked enough. And this is awesome. What did you think the reaction was going to be? I just want to make sure that we all understand that if somebody is thinking about homeschooling like I do, like we do in my household, something that we are blessed to be able to make the choice to do. It's not for everybody. Not everybody should. Not everybody will. Not everybody can. I understand that. But I just want to make sure that we all understand that homeschooling is not what you experienced in the past couple of weeks. Okay, that's not how it works. You don't get taken from something you've never been away from and then get thrust into a position and say, it's just like if you homeschool. No, it's not like if you homeschool. So I just want to make sure that we're all fair in the coverage of what happened and what what hasn't. Like the comparison to 70% of people say they want to go back to school. Well, of course because you want to get back to normal because that's all you know is going into a classroom. But make no mistake about it, that there are people who are worried, really worried, that you may have discovered that you can do this from home, that you don't need a $8 gajillion building paid for by taxpayers in fishy ways. I'm not calling out the Lee County School Board. That's not what, no, I'm just being silly. I'm just joking. There's nothing there. Everything's fine. I'm just saying that you might discover that there are people that have realized that higher education can be accomplished in many different ways, and that it's not one way and the only way, and that's your way. Being in these giant, enormous Taj Mahal-like institutions, classrooms, that everything it doesn't have to happen that way. And I think more and more people have discovered that that's the case. I think more and more people have discovered that there are ways to educate your kids outside of the traditional way. Like it's the only way to do it. It's the proper way. It's the way that's more preferred, especially when you ask teachers and parents and students about how they liked being in the middle of a pandemic and being thrown into their home and into their living room, and everybody's like, I've never done this before. What do we do? And then expect that they're going to be like, this is good. So I don't know. There's a little frustration there. And maybe that's personal. I don't know. And as far as the Lee County School District is concerned, look, I've always been concerned about individuals being good stewards of your tax dollars. That's all. That's all it is. Just like I would be concerned about any politician, anyone at a federal level. It doesn't make a difference. I'm concerned about people in bureaucracies and municipalities and the being good stewards with your dollars. It's your money. That's all it is. And so I always question, and I've talked about this, and whether or not we have to have these ginormous schools with these ginormous swimming pools and these ginormous, I don't know, whatever. And how many bids went out to try to get the best price for those schools. And I'm always concerned about those things. And I'm sure you are too. That's all it is. So you can relax. The other side of this is another story that is something that I came across. City of Naples has canceled the 4th of July fireworks display in the parade because of the pandemic. Now, I'm going to ask the relatively small Jake the Millennial, who could barely be seen on the camera. Jake, let me ask you this: Is it kind of early to make that call? Do you think that we should cancel 4th of July celebrations yet? I know we're just weeks away, but what do you think? Not sure?
I don't know.
Okay. Are we practicing social distancing right now as we protest? No. Is it possible that maybe we have examples that we can look at and make a good judgment as to whether or not some of these mass gatherings have caused an uptick in virus and in COVID cases? You think we're at a point right now where we might be able to find some examples?
Probably in the next few days, yeah.
Okay. I got one for you. You ready?
Yeah.
Remember the Ozark of the Mountains gigantic pool party Memorial Day weekend? Did you hear about that?
I did not know.
Okay. So Ozark of the Mountains, they had a big giant pool party. It was Vegas-esque. There were kids, there were adults, they were all swarmed together in a swimming pool. People were outraged. The health concerns, how can you do this? Well, apparently, according to Missouri health officials, Dr. Randall Williams, the director of the Department of Health and Senior Services, when asked if more cases have come up from the gatherings, which showed photos of all kinds of people, stuck together like a Vegas pool. Jake knows about a Vegas pool, right, Jake?
Yeah.
They said there's nothing. They have detected no uptick in COVID cases since then. It's been just about 2 weeks. I mean, it's been 10 days. We're getting close. But so far, no uptick. Nothing has exploded like we were told that would be the case. Does that shock you?
No.
So, what's the story here? Why aren't we hearing about this? As a matter of fact, I remember not too long ago hearing a news story. I don't know if it was locally or nationally about somebody there was one person that got the coronavirus. There was somebody that got the virus. They were at the Lakes of the Ozarks big pool party. Oh, boy, it's going to be the pandemic part 2 all over again. Now, it could be possible that they got it after the fact. It could be possible that I don't know. They didn't have very much contact there in the kind of ways that people were concerned. Then again, it could be nothing. It could be, I don't know. Jonah Goldberg had a tweet out. Jonah Goldberg, who not necessarily a fan of all the time, but every once in a while has an interesting tweet. We don't see a big spike in COVID-19 after the abandonment of social distancing by protesters, let's say. No one's going to believe public health officials ever again. Even if you want to explain what's going on with seasonality and the like, nobody's going to believe you anymore. And if we do see a big spike after all the protests in Lake of the Ozarks, well, then a big chunk of the shutdown was wasted. So which one is it? It's one of the two, everybody. It's either we're going to see this ginormous and it's going to be out of control crazy, or it's going to be quite the opposite. And so far, we're seeing a lot more of quite the opposite. And I'm not saying that it can't happen, but I am suggesting that the kind of apocalyptic part 2, if you will, look it up, of this COVID-19 epidemic hasn't transpired yet, and yet we've had a lot of opportunities to show that it should, and it hasn't. So the question becomes, are we going to trust in the future public health officials? Do we even trust what we've been through so far? And watching all the protests and even Lake of the Ozarks, and then shutting down 4th of July celebrations here locally. And I don't know, get your thoughts. 239-479-5592. Streaming live on the YouTubes. You just go to YouTube and just type in Drew Steele Radio. Steele with 3 E's. And you subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it. All right, so to find out what's happening with traffic, here's Sabrina Katz.
Good Friday morning. A couple crashes in North Fort Myers as of right now. A hit and run at Piney Road and Evergreen Road, slowing traffic on Evergreen. And a crash reported at Laurel Drive and North Tamiami Trail with northbound slowdowns on North Tamiami. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Flood watch in effect for today through the weekend, as we will see off and on scattered showers and storms thanks to the clouds and the rain. Temps in the 80s with breezy weather Saturday and Sunday. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
This Fox Business Report is presented by Gulf Shore Business Magazine, online at gulfshorebusiness.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
The number of companies that filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy jumped 48% in May from the same time last year. Major chains like JCPenney and Neiman Marcus were among those that filed. A mixed bag for Wall Street Thursday, the Dow closing up 12 points, the S&P down 10, the Nasdaq down 67. Some casinos finally open again in Las Vegas after being closed for 78 days.
You want to play 21 or another card game, and you ask for a mask, the dealer's going to have it available for you.
Tom Burns is the chairman of the Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce.
If you're coming for the buffets, you might want to wait a couple years.
Many places have more partitions and socially distanced chair spacing, and before you enter other places, staff members are taking guests' temperatures. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jill Nato, invested in you.
You're more focused than ever on keeping your employees and customers safe. Cintas has the products and services you need to feel prepared. Our Cintas technicians can apply our disinfectant and sanitizer spray throughout your facility. Our Ultra Clean service for restrooms uses a sanitizer effective against certain germs, bacteria, and viruses. And we'll help you stay well-stocked with hand sanitizer, face masks, and essential PPE. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Join the 2020 election conversation.
The presidency of Obama, I didn't think it could get any worse than Clinton, but now I'm really worried about this coming election.
92.5 Fox News.
Rockstar Harley's Relief Package is here. Rockstar Harley's Relief Package allows you to trade out of your current Harley payment and no more payments till 2021 on a new Harley, or buy any new Harley and don't make any payments until 2021. Finance specialists on site to get you approved only at Rockstar Harley. On approved credit ends Sunday.
When you are moving your home or office, choosing the right company makes all the difference. Rice's Moving and Transport has operated for 21 years out of Naples. They offer full packing and moving services for commercial and residential, as well as full designer services. To help our locals, Rice's Moving is extending their special pricing on all local moves for the summer. To protect our community, they are working within all the CDC guidelines. Rice's Moving and Transport in Naples, moving you into the future.
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
Hey, babe, is that you singing in the kitchen?
Yep.
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
That's catchy. Who sings it?
Not sure.
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
Wow, it's like a whole band plays behind you when you sing.
I know, and I still don't know why.
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
It sounds so familiar. Wait, that's the song from Brett AC. Don't sweat. Call Brett.
Oh, honey, please leave the singing to me.
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
Worried your air conditioning system won't make it through another season? Family owned and operated, Brett Air Conditioning has been serving Southwest Florida families and businesses since 1972. Let Brett Air Conditioning install your next high-efficiency Train comfort system. There's 0% APR for up to 60 months with approved credit. For a fast service or a free estimate, just call them at 239-566-3633 and at brettairconditioning.com. License number CAC 1819995.
Not another minute not writing my novel. Not another minute not sleeping in just because.
Not another minute putting off a long overdue midlife crisis.
Photography class. Trip to the wine country. Not another minute not knowing if anti-estrogen therapy beyond 5 years is likely to benefit me.
Women with hormone receptor positive breast cancer should talk to their doctor about Breast Cancer Index to help decide if anti-estrogen therapy beyond 5 years is right for them. Find out more at breastcancerindex.com.
Attention commercial building owners, the Flying Locksmiths of Southwest Florida are now open, specializing in automatic doors, access controls, and CCTV cameras. Visit them online at flyinglocksmiths.com. If it's on the door, we handle it.
No matter where you're boating, with Towboat US, you're covered by the world's largest towing fleet with over 300 ports nationwide. Your local Towboat US companies in Charlotte, Lee, and Collier counties are here to help 24/7, 365 days a year. Inland, the river to Lake O, and out 75 nautical miles. And new membership pricing starts as low as $99. Call 239-945-1664 for more information. Or visit towboatuscapecoral.com. With Towboat US, you're never stuck on the water.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, coming up on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. Hey, Jake, we got a new song. It's the Tweet of the Day song. We have to start doing this, I think. I got to fix the camera. If you watch on YouTube, you see like little Jakey barely can get his head over the screen. You look like you're... I'm not going to say it. Anyway, yeah, we got, remember I told you about that tweet? Remember I told you there are people that are insisting we don't need police departments. We can get rid of police because we can solve...
Yeah, because we have podcasters, right?
I got to read this to you. Oh, man. Should I just do it now? No, I'll wait. I'll wait till after the break.
You can do it in 50 seconds.
No, I can wait a little longer than that. By the way, more snakes in my neighborhood. Did it again yesterday. If you're watching on YouTube, a cottonmouth about this long, or I don't know if I guess that's what you call it, right? A cottonmouth?
Yes, sir.
Slithering